heard of the term Independent Expenditure Only Committee? Didn't think so. That's just a fancy name for what nowadays we call super PACs. Don't know what super PACs are either? That's strange because in the last 2 years they spent over $800 million in federal elections, according to the FEC. That's 3 times the amount that political parties spent. This money is surely significant for politicians, but should raise an alarm among the general populace. Super PACs make up one of the most important contributions to politics, and yet very few people know that they even exist. Odd, huh?
In the 2010 Supreme Court case, Citizens United vs. FEC, the Supreme Court ruled that it was unconstitutional to prohibit independent communications from corporations and labor unions, thus creating super PACs. Since then, the size and scope of super PACs have expanded rapidly. As of 2012, there has been 1,300 documented super PACs. Although this number may not sound like much, these groups alone have raised over $800 million, and a third of the total has been raised by only the top 5 super PACs. Compare this to the average American, who typically donates around $200, when 61 big donors alone can raise as much money as 1.5 million Americans. Something is obviously wrong with this system.
Oh, hey guys. Did you know that according to the Brennan Center for Justice, the influence held by super PACs discourages many Americans from participating in democracy because they feel like their voice is not heard as much as that of the average super PAC? This is certainly a violation of the democratic theory that requires all citizens to actively participate in politics in order to ensure that the democratic system is working properly. It's difficult for candidates to refuse support from super PACs because of the enormous contributions they provide to candidates. There's only so much money that candidates and their parties can raise, but super PACs have no limits and can raise and spend millions on behalf of a candidate. Super PACs are harmful to our democracy because they create countless negative advertisements that support their candidates. Since super PACs are not allowed to coordinate with their candidates they support and are therefore considered to run independent from their candidates, they're allowed to create negative advertisements about the competition.
Although creating a completely new government agency to properly enforce the campaign finance laws would be the ideal solution, this is very impractical due to the lack of efficiency in Congress. But all hope is not lost. A more practical solution to this problem would be to work to develop technological breakthroughs by which the internet and social media can be used to empower tens of millions of citizens to make small contributions online and fundamentally change the way campaigns are financed. By allowing citizens to make donations online, this broadens the accessibility for ordinary Americans. Also, this makes it much easier to track where the money is coming from, thereby thoroughly reducing this threat to our democracy.
One of the largest issues to the solution is opposition by Congress and interest groups.
Since gridlock is often the end result of any decision so radical, this could be a potential threat to the solution not passing. But!
Above all, an uninformed public is the biggest obstacle towards eliminating this threat.
In order to change this, we
need
need
to
to
get
get the
the
word
word
out!
In conclusion, super PACs are the biggest threat to our democracy.
Big business and wealthy individuals can give any amount of money to campaigns and sway politicians without fear of disclosure.
A solution to this would be to empower small donors by making it easier for them to donate through the use of the web and social media.
However, the public is still very uninformed, and Congress remains in gridlock today.
Fix my hair.
2010, in the 2010 in the 2010 Supreme Court case. Right, that makes sense?
Yeah.
It sounded weird in my head. Shit.
We see you sitting on this tree going,
Oh, too boring.
no? I want to ask something about what's that? Put that here.
Just randomly show a flower.
It's just gonna appear in one take. Like,
Yeah, keep it like that. You're fine.
that was actually recording the whole